Hello, Blitz fans of all ages. It's me, Plumcastle, here showing you some leaks to some tanks that just came in during update 8.2. Now, quick disclaimer, these aren't actually in my garage, nor are they available yet. However, they should be available fairly soon, and we can at least take a look at them. So first off, let's start in the American line here. We can see the Super Hellcat. Stats are on the right hand side if you want to check those out. Maybe pause the video or something like that. That's how all of these will be. If you want to see the stats, just pause and look at the right hand side. Now let's take a look at the tank itself. Now there you can see it's got PBR texture files. Now last I checked up on this, it didn't have it yet, but it now appears to have it now. This is a tank that we've heard about for a little while now. However, it still has not been released to my knowledge and is still waiting for Wargaming to release it, but that's what it looks like. Not going to stay on it too long. I don't know how it will compare to the current Hellcat that's in tier 6, but we'll have to wait and see. Now the AE phase 1, again, stats on the right hand side, it's currently available in the end of the battle pass. However, it is a very unlikely drop chance, and it is still a brand new tank. It came in like less than a month ago, so it's still very new, but still it's very nice, but we won't stay on that very long. Now let's move on to Germans, because there are a lot of Germans. There are 3 new tanks here, and they're all new. It's not like the Hellcat and the AE phase 1, which we kind of already knew about. There are some very new tanks. Now we've got another WT. It's a tier 7. It's the Kruppsteier Waffenträger. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can see it's like a typical WT. It has next to no armor. HE shells are going to be able to just destroy this thing if played incorrectly. Now, the tier 7 from the tech tree line is actually the Sturrer Mill, which actually is quite different when compared to this. So it's actually like we've got a legit WT with the very low armored and the swiveling gun like we see normally, and it is of course tier 7. And again, it also has those PBR texture files, which is really nice. And for those who want to check the stats, you can pause the video here. But without any further ado, let's move on to possibly the most bizarre looking tank that we will be checking out today, and that is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm guessing that's like Raumpanzer or Rampanzer. I'll check with that later. But you can see it's got a bulldozer on the front, which is really weird. And you can see, again, those nice PBR texture files. It looks very World War II-esque, minus the bulldozer on the front, because it's got that green typical color that you tend to see on tank images. And you can see there is that bulldozer on the front, so I don't know how that's going to act in terms of armor, or if it'll just be like spaced armor, but it'll definitely be interesting to see once that comes out. And of course, the stats are again on the right hand side. Now for the last tank that we have in the German tech tree, we do have more, just this will be the last one for the German tech tree. We have the Kampfpanzer 50T. Now this is a medium tank, and again you can see the stats on the right hand side if you would just want to pause that, but we'll take a look at the tank itself. Again, PBR texture files. This is the first tier 10 that we've taken a look at today, so you can see again the PBR texture files. It looks kind of small. I mean, it's not tiny, it is German, but it doesn't look huge like some other Germans, and again it's a medium tank. Almost looks like it might be medium style Leopard, but we'll have to see. Don't know how easy it'll be to acquire this once it does come out, but we'll have to wait for that. And let's now move on to British in this case, because I looked in Russian, I did not see any new Russian tanks, but the British tank tech tree does have a new edition, or at least it will have a new edition once the next battle pass comes out, the Dreadnought. Now I did make a video with this in it if you want to check that out up in the upper right hand corner or in the description. And I already kind of went over the stats in that video, so let's just take a look at the tank itself. Now, it looks very bizarre. I mean, it looks kind of like a Churchill gun carrier, but you can see it's got swiveling guns. It's got a very sloped back here, but it, again, has PBR texture files, so we can expect to see this next month. However, I don't know what the stats may do in between now and then, like I said. And so now let's move on to, I think it's China. If it's not China, it's definitely, yeah, I think there's nothing in China right now. It's the French line. Now, in the French line, we in the not this update but last update, I think it was, we got the Lorraine Fearless. You can see I don't think it actually has PBR texture files, but I don't know, it's a little bit hard to tell. It just doesn't look shiny like some of the others do, but you can see it's got this chicken or turkey on the front there. It looks pretty interesting. Don't know when or if I'll be able to get this, because it's quite hard to achieve even any of the Fearless tanks from raiding battles. Now we also have the Batchat Leon Brask, and again you can see the stats on the side here. Now this is first of all the first premium Batchat we've had, and also it's the first tier 8 Batchat that has come into the game, because all the others are, well actually the other two are tier 9 and tier 10. But it looks very unique, again the texture files there, but it looks very bizarre. Like, it actually looks weird in my opinion. I don't know how this plays. I know it's, or at least it was in testing as of maybe last month, but it's still a very interesting tank, and I would like to see if I could get it, if at all possible. And of course, with the last line here, we have the European tech tree, and we can actually finally take a look at the new I think they're Polish tanks. Yes, the Poland heavies. So these, I'm assuming, are in testing right now, but you can see here that it has the PBR texture files. This is a tier 10, and it should be a tech tree tank despite the fact that it was yellow. I think it's yellow right now because technically you can only get it if you're a beta tester. Again, I don't actually have it. I can only look at it. And you can see it looks very interesting. It looks very big and round. I don't know how long it will take for me to get to this tank, because I don't have most of the tanks leading up to it, or at least the tanks that will be leading up to it. And also we have another Polish tank, the 50 TP prototype. I don't know if this was in crates or something, but it still seems to be new. However, it does not have the PBR texture files. As you can see, I don't know if this is the tier 9 that comes before it. I doubt it, considering the fact that it is showing this as a collectible. But that is all the new tanks that have come into the update with this current patch. So with that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.